Welcome to The Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to The Actor's Choice. Roll it, Tony.
Mr. March, everyone says you're mean and crazy.
They're right.
God damn it! Why does it have to be so loud? Harry's sorry. The more he has, the more he wants.
Lap them.
I don't know what scheme is rattling around in that brain of yours. Just promise me he won't do anything stupid.
You're not really going to Mr. Lapham's dinner party, are you?
There isn't going to be a dinner party.
Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest today comes to us as a veteran actor whose career spans across both English and Spanish markets. Now, he's currently seen in a film that you just saw called Angry Neighbors. Interesting. He also has been moving into the American film and television market, where he's been part of several noteworthy projects, including Ground Floor on TBS, Throwing Shade on TV Lands, and Logo TV's DTLA, to name just a few. He's a busy man. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cesar de la Torre. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Cesar, good to have you. Welcome to The Actor's Choice. But please tell us where you were first born.
Of course, I was born in Maracaibo, Venezuela. It's actually bordered with Colombia, next to Colombia. So when I was a child, I remember, I used to go back and forth to Colombia and Venezuela. We also border with Brazil. So I'm that blood, the Latin culture blood, the culture.
It's interesting. When I saw the title of this new film, Angry Neighbors, Cesar, I said to myself, I could relate to that. I mean, most people, you can relate to that because you're going to have some neighbor that you really don't like or they don't like you.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, always happen, always you have those bad neighbors, like they bother you all the time. In this case, in this movie, it's like, oh my God, it's an amazing experience to work with so many talented actors, and amazing actors, Academy Award actors like Frank Langella, Stoker Channing, and also like Bobby Cannavale, Cheech Marin, Ashley Benson, that they have won Emmys, and well, for me, it's an honor and privilege to work with those actors, with those amazing people. Yeah, so it was a great experience for me, and and the movie is a comedy, so. And my character is this Latin guy that is a happy guy, and he's building a mansion, a house, and all the things that I do, like because I'm a construction worker, I play Jose in the movie. All the things that I do bother, like the main character that is played by Frank Langella. So it was an amazing experience, man.
Did you say Frank Langella?
Frank Langella, yeah. Frank Langella. He was Dracula,
Yes.
He was
Academy Award winner.
Academy Award actor. He was nominated for Frost Nixon, the movie. Amazing actor, amazing person, Oh my God, I felt so like in family, when I was working with him. I felt like I knew him from a long time ago. He gave me that comfort to work with him like that. So I didn't feel like, like panic, or I didn't feel like, oh, he thinks he's the big, He was so humble, man. So I really, really love that.
We got a picture of him. Handsome young man, Academy Award winner.
Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah.
There he is. Been around a long time. I think he's been, what 102 places he's been, credits that he's received over the years. Not bad. Not bad. Wow.
Yeah,
not bad.
yeah.
If you would tell us about the film's synopsis, please.
I mean, yeah, this comedy movie is based on the best novel, most selling novel, Latin Rising. So they did this movie based on that book,
Yes.
called Latin Rising. And like I said before, this movie is a comedy, and the movie is about this this actor, right, Frank Langella, that he plays Harry in the movie. He owns his own island, you know. He owns his own island, and he lives with a talkative with a dog that talks. But he's the only one that knows that the dog talks.
That was a.
so
Mhm.
so and until other things happen, like this another multimillionaire decides to invade the island to build a mega mansion next to his house.
Okay.
So, and that's when all the confrontation happen. My character actually start like building the house, and everything start bother him. And that's when everything happened in the movie, all the comedy and all that.
There was an Emmy Award winner named Bobby Cannavale with you in this role.
Yeah, yeah, actually, I play mostly of my scenes with him, with Bobby
Hmm.
Cannavale.
Hmm.
Also, great friend, great actor. He's half Cuban, half American, so he spoke a little Spanish. So we were like on set, and we were like speaking Spanish, speaking English.
Yes,
He
and
actually
discussing food, definitely.
discussing the amazing food that we have in Latin
Yes,
America.
indeed,
And
indeed.
he asked me, "Hey, how do you pronounce this good in Spanish?" And we were like a back and forth in English and Spanish. We had a great time together.
Yes, I don't. There's a little plug I'm gonna put up. There's a place called Versailles here in Los Angeles. They do great Cuban food. Excellent, excellent.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah, yeah.
never been there.
Have you tried the how's it called ropa vieja?
I've heard the name. I've heard the name. I've never been
Ropa vieja.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Give it a
Yeah, you
chance.
can actually go to Portos and eat some ropa vieja.
Okay, all right, all right. Where can we watch the film Angry Neighbors? Where can we watch it at?
Hey man, you can watch it. It was in theaters before, like on December 2nd, but it lasts like about a month,
Okay.
and now you can watch it in mostly all digital platforms like Amazon, Vudu. You go to the Lionsgate page, and it appears all the digital platforms.
Okay.
And yeah, but it's you Google it, and it gonna appear all the platform. But it's definitely on Amazon, Vudu, Apple,
Apple, yes.
all of those. Yeah,
Okay.
it's almost everywhere.
Okay. Let's go back a little bit in your life. You started out as a young man when you were 6 years old. You started doing karate.
Yeah, I love
Okay.
martial arts. I love karate. It brought me so much of relaxation in my life, so much of focus, and so much of in this career of acting, you
Mhm.
also need a lot of focus. You need to be focused on the things you want to accomplish, and when you are on set. So that helped me a lot also to become an actor.
We just happen to have a clip of you doing your thing. Roll it, Tony. Oh, that's good. That looks great. Years ago, I used to do that back in the day when it was very popular, but it's even more popular now. Everybody's doing fine. These young kids are learning it as they go. Indeed. Now, you, as I understand, you won several national championships in your country.
Yeah.
So we're going to get back into that again. Uh, But your acting career actually began at the age of 17, I'm told.
Yeah, so I actually started my career when I was 17, in my country, actually in my city, Maracaibo, where I was born. And I started actually doing like theater on the street, theater on in some places. Like we used to go to neighborhood, to churches, to schools, to do like some place for children. So that's how I started like in acting. And then little by little I went like then I went to the capital of Venezuela to start doing TV series, Spanish TV series. And a little by little, I was like, okay, I want to go now to Mexico City, and I started working some commercials, and then I decided to go to Los Angeles, and here in Los Angeles I started doing my acting career too, little by little, being there, being consistent, and yeah, so it's been a great journey. And still, I'm auditioning for new projects. It's a career that never ends.
Yes. Cesar, great. Glad to have you here because there's a lot of stuff out here, definitely. Now, your role in Leverage and how the experience was different from Angry Neighbors. Can you tell us about that?
Of course, yeah, I have the privilege to work with Noah Wild. He was in ER with George Clooney.
Mm-hmm.
So I play like a Latin guard, that is on episode 5, season 2 on Leverage Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
So my character, like I said, is a Latin guy. Is a Latin guard on the series that try to avoid some people to get in my base that I'm taking care of. And I had the privilege to work with amazing actors too. I actually had some um, some scenes that I had to fight. So I could do that, a little martial arts in there. Do like choreography and doing some movement, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a great experience too.
Yeah.
I really love to work on Leverage.
Mm-hmm. What type of roles do you normally look for?
I mean, I love comedy. I love comedy, but I also love drama. I would love to work in this kind of movie that is drama, but I can, like that guy of Latin guy coming from abroad and start like in this kind of movie that is action, that you can fight on the street, and I don't know if you remember like this movie called Lionheart with Jean-Claude Van Damme. So that kind of movies, I
Mm-hmm.
mean that kind of roles, I think I know that's an old movie, but I mean to do like a new like a new movie, like something something like that. But I mean, I would love to play that character, like this Latin guy that know martial arts, and to be able to save someone in his life. That I mean that something like that. I would love to play that kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cesar, we only got a few moments left. Which Hollywood actor would you like to make a movie with or share the screen with?
I have so many. Jean-Claude Van Damme, like I say, is one of them. Tom Hanks, also Tom Cruise. Uh, yeah, like I said, there are so many good actors in Hollywood that I mean, the list would be like 100 names.
I hear you. I'm at number 101 myself. Indeed. You're a very busy person. I see, according to IMDb, you have 65 actor credits along with producer, assistant director, stunts. You do work. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. What's next? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
What's next for you, sir?
Well, I have this project that I can talk about it right now, but it is probably gonna shoot in Dubai, so probably I'm gonna have to go to Dubai to shoot this project. It's a movie, and let's see. I'm still hearing, I'm still like to see what happens. I'm still waiting to see what happens with that project.
Okay. We've got, before we get out of here, we want folks to see that movie of yours, Angry Neighbors. Roll it, Tony.
Let's give it a go.
Okay, let's try. Ready? Uno, dos, tres.
Cesar, I got to ask this question. The first time you saw yourself up on the screen, how'd you feel?
Oh my God, I felt that I didn't actually like I believe that I was on the screen, that was so much excitement for me, yeah, I start actually believing more in myself when I saw myself on the screen. Like, Cesar, you can do it. Cesar, you can make it. Cesar, keep going. So that was the feeling I felt.
And of course, family and friends are always supporting you in what you're doing. Definitely.
After they saw me on the big screen.
All right. Cesar, thank you.
Before was a little, okay, Cesar, you want to do acting? Are you sure? And then after they saw me, okay, let's support him.
Wow. Well, Cesar, we want to thank you for being with us today. Best wishes on your new project. We say break a leg, of course, and thanks to Jasmine Espada of Espada Public Relations for having you here today. Definitely.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cesar de la Torre, thank you very much. This is the
Thank you
Actor's Choice. You got it. This is the Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. We'd like to let you know that we're asking our Actor's Choice squad to help us get former baseball player Curt Flood into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Now, Curt, who passed away January 20th, 1997, he was the husband of one of our wonderful guests, renowned actress Judy Pace. So all you got to do is give us a call at 213-349-3941. That's 213-349-3941. And sincerely, we want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this magnificent award for a great baseball player. Okay? Roll it, Tony. Put that little piece up here there. This is going to talk. There it is. There's that last one. This is probably going to be the last time I'm going to be using because we're getting ready to open the classes next week. But I want to ask anyone, how bad do you ever thought about getting a career in broadcasting? You see the glitz and glitter in the business and say to yourself, hey, I can do that. Well, yeah, just like you know, I've been in this broadcasting business for over 30 years. And do I like it? Love it. I love it. I teach broadcasting at Santa Monica College in a course called Media 13. That's broadcasting, announcing, and production. 2 days a week, good. The course is online, good. So that makes it easy for you, good. Okay? So for more information, give me a call, 323-533-1036. That's 323-533-1036. Go ahead, give it a try. You'll be glad you did. By the way, we do still have some openings if you're interested. So here's how I'm going to end this way. Do you want to get into broadcasting? Thank you. Roll it, Tony.
Oh, okay. This isn't the right song. I requested Feliz Navidad.
We don't have it.
What do you mean you don't? That's like the best blind Christmas song of all time. My mom and I would crank it up on the radio and sing it at the top of our lungs.
I don't know what to tell you. Go find your mom. Sing it with her.
My mom is dead.
Oh, here we go.
Please rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Howard Lee presides.
Yeah, what happens, the sound is playing. We just clear to say you don't hear it now. But when we give you a copy of this later, you will hear that sound. Trust me. I laid it in there myself. Me and Tony, we laid it in there for you. My next guest today took an acting seriously in high school, ladies and gentlemen, where he first realized his dreams could come true. Wow, how many people have thought the same way as our guest did? Now, he's now beginning one of the foremost recorders that you have over vocalists, having an undeniable appeal as an actor on stage. You walk around this town, you hear and see a lot of people, they got them throats, ladies and gentlemen. They got them good throats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Roscoe Freeman. Greetings, Roscoe. Welcome to the Actor's Choice, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Glad to be here.
They always ask that question. Like, I didn't hear that. Well, yeah, when you get it, my brother, you're going to hear it. You're going to turn the volume down. That made looking good, looking good. Seriously, welcome to the Actor's Choice. Before we get started, sir, please tell us where you were born.
I was born in Philadelphia.
North Kakalaki, did I hear someone say?
Yeah, well, in Philadelphia, and then I spent most of my early years in North Carolina.
Okay. And then you moved where?
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. There it is. I love it. I love that town. For those of you who have never been to Washington, D.C., you need to go there. It's quite a place to see the White House and Capitol Hill and all that good stuff. It's a feeling you will never, ever, ever forget. Okay? Now, here's what I love to do this when we do the show. I always ask a question. Here's my question. What made you get into acting, sir? Always ask that.
Well, let me see. I think I was in the 4th or 5th grade, and they had a little presentation. I had a little speech to do. And I did the speech. They heard the roar of the crowd. And I said, hey, I like this. And on top of that, when I was living in North Carolina, my mom was in D.C. Getting her nursing license. In the summertime, she would bring me up, and she would take me to the Shakespearean theaters and stuff. I would see these actors up there, I didn't know what the hell they were saying, but they was like in it, and they was spitting and saying all this language that I couldn't pronounce, and I was like, whoa, it hit me. When I got to high school, we formed a drama class, and it started from there. From then on, I was on that road.
All right. Now, you have a personal philosophy about acting. Could you share that with us, please?
Well, yeah. The thing that I say is that you watch, you listen, and you learn. And, actors, we steal. We steal from other actors. Once you see something that is brilliant, and if you have the tools, you can reproduce it. And so my thing is the dedication of it, the fact that you don't think of it in terms of, oh, I want to be this big star. You want to be a working actor. If you become a big star, that's gravy. That's gravy. But you want to work. And how you get work is being diligent to your craft.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you get a chance to look at this gentleman's bio, you will see he does a lot of work. Thoughts that you have about Black theater?
Oh, wow. Black theater is a blessing. When I got to the rep, I joined the DC Black Repertory Company when I was about 18. And it opened up a whole new world for me.
Yes.
I mean, we read the classics and did some of the classic work like Lorraine Hansberry, William Brooks, James Baldwin, Lonnie Liston, Woe Soyinka, a whole bunch, just to name a few, man. And once you read that and you see their perspective, you go, wow.
Yes.
And like Gwendolyn Brooks, brilliant. She was a poet laureate in Chicago, and she had some beautiful prose. I mean, and so once I got that, because I was living in D.C. in Southeast, which is a rough neighborhood.
Yes, I used to live there myself.
I come up to Northwest, up to 16th Street area. Whole new life. Got into theater, met these people, started doing the studying. I was fascinated. Loved it.
Yes. A gentleman by the name of Van Til Whitfield got into your life, didn't he?
Oh, wow. Moto Gico, Van Til Whitfield. A brilliant man. Brilliant. Now, when I got to the rep, the artistic director was Jay Stewart. And Jay was there for a while, and he decided that he wanted to further his career. So he said he was going to New York, right? He personally took me over to Vantage Whitfield House and say, hey, work with this kid. And so I had that direct contact and that training from a brilliant individual. And now the the process was like, what is that movie? Wax on, wax off. You know, he had me doing some things like putting ivy around, iron wood around his ivy in his yard. And I said, what the hell does that got to do with acting? You know? And then he had this table, and he said, Skull. He called me Skull. He said, Skull, what I want you to do is sand it, and then I want you to put some linseed oil on it, and then I want you to build a base. Again, I asked, what the hell does this got to do with acting? Now, after I finished those projects, he cast me in A Soldier Story. And he said, Skull, he said, I'm doing this, I'm directing this piece at UDC. He said, you want to get in it? I said, no. I said, because you might embarrass me up there. He said, no, man, come on, I ain't going to embarrass you. So he said, well, who you want to play? I said, I want to play Peterson. So when I did Peterson, I saw all of the stuff that he was talking to me about and all of this work that he had me doing, it came to fruition. And I was like, wow, I became a better actor. And Vantage, I mean, he was brilliant in all areas. Set building, lighting, sound. Yes. He could do it all. As a matter of fact, he was the first black set designer out here in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, brilliant guy.
Yes.
So I had that in my back pocket. And then, you know, I worked with some other people like Kenny Daughtery. One of the things I used to remember, we would do a play or something, he would break down the characters and tell us what the characters was doing and what was on. I was like, how do you do that? How do you find that insight? And then all of a sudden, it came to me one day, and I was able to do that. And I was like, wow, you know, just by just paying attention and listening. And, you know, and so what I tell some of my students sometimes when I do teach a class, I tell them the most important thing is to listen. Listen. And when you're doing a piece, you have to find the rhythm of the piece. I mean, because there is a rhythm. If you find the rhythm, you're on. It's just like if you take a look back in the day, in the 40s and the 50s and whatnot, the way people talked. It was like, hey, Joe, yeah, tell Marge I said hi. Yeah, see you later. You know, that's a rhythm. And then when you come up into the 60s and 70s, it was laid back. It was like, yeah, man, we coming. See you next week, Joe. You know? So I tell them that you have to find the time period, and you have to find that rhythm. Once you find that rhythm, then you're in the pocket.
Okay. The year was 2000. You did a movie called Little Richard. You had the role of Henry Nash.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. You know how that came about? That came about, there's a gentleman named Clancy who at that time was Robert Townsend's right hand.
Townsend, yeah.
So Clancy was doing a short, and a friend of mine was in it, and he said that Clancy had like 3 different actors come in, but he couldn't pull off what he wanted. So my friend said, call Roscoe. He called me. I did it. He was real pleased. He called me up one day. He says, we're doing a Little Richard story. He said, I'm going to try to get you in. I was like, wow. He said, Robert Townsend saw the piece, and he was like, who is this guy? So I went as an extra because Clancy said, I'm going to try to get you some lines. Nothing happened. About 2 weeks later, I get another call and say, we have created a character for you, Henry Nash. Come on in. So that's how I got that far.
All right.
You know?
Right. How many plays have you been in, sir?
Oh my God. I can't really even count. Over 50, I know. You know? I can't even count, you know, but they've all been valuable experiences, you know. I got critical acclaim for some.
Wow.
Learned so much from some others.
Yeah.
Now, you know, acting is like this. It's an outlet.
Yes.
It allows you to be somebody else without them taking you to the crazy house.
The only problem is that after the character is off the stage, turn the character off.
Oh, you got to. You got to.
Turn it
You
off.
got to. And that's where your discipline comes in, you know? That's where, but it does, you know, it's a license to be different. For me, actors have different levels.
Uh-huh.
There is about, you know, maybe 5 different levels that you can play.
Okay.
Most actors play 1 or 2 levels. Some play 1 level. They're one-dimensional. But when you can become this actor that can play all these different levels, you become like a chameleon.
Yes.
You just change. You know.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
In 2014, you did another film called I Wish I Had Your Life.
Yeah. Yeah. That was, you know, I was working with this group called Kids in the Spotlight.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I was teaching a class.
Got you.
I was teaching acting classes to these kids. These were disadvantaged kids that were in like foster homes or in this facility. And we brought in professional writers, cameramen, acting teachers and stuff, and allowed them to write their own play. And then we would put it on. Well, while I was doing that, one of the writers, she asked me to be in her short, you know, her film. So that's how that came about. Okay. I wish I had your life, you know. And she said, "Hey, man,
there it is.
I've seen you in some other stuff. I want you in this piece, you know." And I was like, "Cool, let's do it."
We just happen to have a video. Roll it, Tony.
That's all I'm saying.
Come here, baby.
Just.
It's okay. I'll have a talk with her, okay? Come here. All right?
All right.
All right.
Ooh.
Right.
Stop it.
Oh. That's for being the best dad ever. I love you, Dad.
What just happened here?
I don't know. But I'm glad the kidnappers returned our daughter.
Wow. Wow. We got time for one more quick question, sir. You did play the role of Medgar Evers, slain civil rights leader.
Yes. Yes. This was just so long ago. This is when I was still in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a PBS thing. And, you know, I read up on Medgar Evers and stuff, and they said I kind of looked like him, so they said, "Come on in, let's do the role." That's how that came about. It was a good experience because, you know, and that's the other thing about acting. You get to learn so much because when you do the research, you learn about these different characters, these different people. You learn a lot about history, and then that's something that you retain in your life, make you a more well-rounded individual.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. You know, and you know, I directed a piece too called A Woman's Worth.
Okay.
It was a stage piece, and that was my directing debut.
Okay. All right. Roscoe, it's been a blessing having you here today, Black History Month. You are indeed a blessed actor who does a great job. As we say in the business, take care of yourself.
All right now. Thank you so much, sir. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Come again. Please come again.
Blessings to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right now. Take care.
You betcha.
All
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen, Roscoe Freeman. This is the Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. Roll it, Tony. and gentlemen, for more information about the TAC Pro Cool channel, please call us at 213-349-3941. That's 213-349-3941. Thank you. Roll it, Tony.
Orson Welles, meet Rose McClendon. We're mounting a Scottish play
in Harlem for Negro theater.
We want you to direct.
The play is set in 19th century Haiti with voodoo.
Voodoo?
Voodoo. If I'm going to direct, it needs to be something that will put me on the map.
It's the Negro theater.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest today brings a lot of education and training as a veteran actress. She's a graduate of the London Academy of Music Dramatic Art, Harvard University, and Harvard Law School. That's right, Harvard University and Harvard Law School. Go ahead, girl. She performed dozens of plays and received NAACP nomination. Now, you just saw her in action in the video we played. And want you to get a chance to see what this lady does. She's got a whole bunch of something like 53 credits. That's a lot of work she's done. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome actress Inga Tudor.
Hello.
Greetings, Inga, and welcome to the Actor's Choice.
Good to see you.
Good to be seen. We're very happy to have you as a guest today, but please tell us, where were you born?
I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay, pretty city there. Oh yeah,
it is
indeed. And then you moved out of there and went where?
Well, I actually ended up moving here to California for when I was in high school. My family moved here to go into business with relatives, so I went to high school out in Valencia at Hart High.
Hot times, okay. We got a lot to say and very few times to get it in.
Okay.
You get your first, as I was looking at your bio, your first IMDb was Slack Trek: The X Generation. Remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah. Couldn't find a picture.
That was actually a production that was done by some graduates of Harvard, and I auditioned for them and we shot it, and it was a spoof on. It was a Generation X film, but it was also a sort of a spoof on Star Trek. And I think they actually had to change the name because the owners of Star Trek were like, yeah, you can't use Slack Trek. So.
Okay. This is a question I got to ask.
Sure.
You're an actress, you're a lawyer. How do you work that?
I don't practice anymore. I was a litigation attorney. I did corporate litigation and insurance defense, the really exciting stuff. And someone pointed out to me, I was at a law firm. We'd lost half the firm to another firm. Yes. And they knew I was acting on the side, and they asked me what it was that I liked about law. And when I told them, they said, you like acting in a courtroom. Go act. You're not married. You don't have kids. You don't have a mortgage. Do it now before you have all those things.
Yes.
And so, I thought about it. I prayed about it. And I was like, you know what? They're right. And so I started slowly but surely moving away from practicing law and doing acting full time.
But you can always fall back anytime you need a job.
Ooh, in theory.
Next subject, my brother would say. Next subject. But what got you into being an actress?
Well, I was always the kid that read